What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Of course, I am your host, Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Y'all, with the breaking news of Ashlyn Watkins being arrested, I had to hop on live. This was an emergency live that we had to have, man, because this is crazy right now. Don Staley's star player, top player for South Carolina, arguably next year, is in some big trouble, man. I'm going to wait for a few more people to get in here, but we had to have an emergency live, man. Ashlyn Watkins, potential preseason All-American, was arrested. South Carolina's best player. This could be heartbreaking for South Carolina as well as like Don Staley and the entire program, man. Like we had to have an emergency live to bring y'all in on the news. This is crazy. This is madness, man. I mean, this is just, it could be very detrimental. South Carolina is expected to go undefeated. They're the favorites to run the gauntlet once again in the SEC as well as in the nation. This is major, and they could be down one of their most crucial players, Ashlyn Watkins, who is expected to take on a huge role. We're going to wait for a few more people. I know this was no warning, instant live, breaking news. I had to bring it to y'all. So we're going to wait a little bit just to get deep into the details because I just got the update. But I want to say to everybody here, welcome into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Of course, I am your host, Brandon Blakeney, a.k.a. Brandon Lee TV. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and all the rest to stay up and dated. RC Ashlyn Watkins. Oh no, this is major news. Potential heartbreaking news for South Carolina. We had to get the news out, man. This is man. Guys, this is major news for South Carolina, who are expected to run the gauntlet. Preseason number 1, expected to win the championship this year. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And I will be getting into it momentarily. I know we got the chat in right now. Oh, Paris, you done changed your name? What's good? What's good? Paris in the building, the mayor of Clark Street. My bad, Paris. Y'all be changing y'all names, man. Y'all be confusing me. Y'all gotta give me a heads up. You got the new profile pic and everything. Guys, major news. Ashlyn Watkins was arrested for South Carolina on some very serious charges, it sounds like. Now, we know Don Staley, South Carolina are expected to run the gauntlet. They are expected to repeat and go undefeated again, potentially, as national champions. And they may be without one of their biggest players. This is major news, guys. This is crazy right now. So, let's get into it a little bit, and I will continue to keep y'all updated and read this article over and over and over. Headline, though, South Carolina basketball star Ashlyn Watkins charged with assault and kidnapping. She is charged with assault and kidnapping right now. Now, we know Ashlyn is a star player, arguably the most athletic player for the Gamecocks and in the entire nation, man. Like, Ashlyn Watkins is absolutely the truth. Now, just to let y'all know, this is what they're reporting out of Columbia, South Carolina. A South Carolina women's basketball star has been arrested and charged following an alleged assault that happened on Saturday morning. Getting into the Ashlyn Watkins situation, guys, if you're just joining, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like, comment for all the latest and the greatest with the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Of course, I am your host, Brandon Blakeney, a.k.a. Brandon Lee TV. Make sure y'all stay up to date, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, man. Now, Ashlyn Watkins is a major contributor, a potential player of the year candidate for South Carolina, right? South Carolina, the number 1 team in the nation, coming in expected to run the gauntlet, undefeated national champions, but they may be without one of their biggest stars in Ashlyn Watkins. Now, what we do know, I'm going to go over what we do know. So we know she was arrested and charged with assault and kidnapping. Miss Jules, welcome in, welcome in. Okay, we're gonna get through it, and I'm gonna continue to read this. So this is an official report, and y'all know I'm a former television news reporter, sports reporter, so I do my research. I come correct. I'm not like one of these content creators that has no news background. I know where to look. I trust my sources, and I'm never bringing y'all fake news. So we're on News 19 in Columbia, South Carolina, and they were reporting that a South Carolina women's basketball star has been arrested and charged following an alleged assault that happened on Saturday morning. So this morning, earlier today, according to warrants filed by the USC police in the arrest of Ashlyn Watkins, the incident occurred at 650 Lincoln Street, a student housing center at the University of South Carolina. Their warrants state that Watkins assaulted the victim by forcefully grabbing her face, pulling her by her arms, and pushing her. It's not sounding good so far, y'all. It's not sounding so good. Ethan, respect. Innocent until proven guilty. That's why we're going to use the word alleged. We're going to use the word alleged. But y'all, however how you feel, these are some serious charges right now. And y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments. So, the news is reporting out of Columbia, South Carolina. This is News 19, a respected CBS local TV station that I'm reading from. The warrant states that Watkins also picked up the victim against her will and carried her. It goes on to say Watkins grabbed the victim's head and forced her to walk down the hall, thus controlling her movement while preventing her from leaving. This sounds really bad, folks. I'm just saying. The warrant states that the victim eventually got away and pulled a fire alarm, which led to the arrival of police and fire personnel. She was treated for injuries, the warrant described as not life-threatening. Jail records, which still showed Watkins as detained up to 3 p.m. today, indicated that Watkins was granted a $30,000 personal recognized bail. She was charged with kidnapping. Y'all, she is charged with kidnapping and assault. I'm just saying, these are major charges. $30,000 bond. It was confirmed that she has been released. She was released from jail around 3:30, and the records are no longer listed in the public jail. Now, we know Watkins is a junior on the women's South Carolina team. She is expected to be a major contributor to South Carolina this year. Assault, though? And kidnapping? It definitely sounds like a domestic dispute. But these are serious charges, y'all. Miss Jules says they are not in trouble. Please stop. Kidnapping? Assault? Innocent until proven guilty. Ethan, welcome in, welcome in. She's going to jail. She's not just going to sit out a couple games. Bro, assault and kidnapping? I'm not saying I'm an expert of the law. I'm not saying anybody else is here. But when you hear the words assault and kidnapping, these are serious accusations right now. Where are you going to talk about Flage from LSU? Joshua, I got you. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. But this is breaking news right here. This is Ashlyn Watkins, one of the star players for the #1 team in the country, who should be a first-team All-American coming in. Like, we gotta talk about this. This is breaking news. I got you, though. Josh, I got you. I got you. Sounds like a domestic violence situation. Definitely. Sounds like a domestic dispute. I'm not making any accusations. I don't know for sure. But this definitely sounds like a female she was dating. Definitely. Yep. Ethan, welcome in. You are about to see the power of Coach Don Staley. This sounds trumped up. Straight ballin', welcome in. We need to pray for college and W players. It's crazy right now. What is going on? Give me y'all's feedback. I will keep y'all posted. Let me see if there are any updates. Let me see, because y'all know the Twitter sphere is. Let me see if there are any updates right now. Ashlyn Watkins, bro, arrested on kidnapping and assault charges. I don't know about Juju doing something wrong. I haven't heard nothing about that. But this right here, this is major breaking news for South Carolina. This could definitely put their season in jeopardy. This could definitely put their season in jeopardy. Now I know people were talking about Flau'jae and her brother getting charged. We know that much, but this Ashlyn Watkins situation, man. I mean, this could be detrimental. All the local news stations in Columbia, South Carolina, are talking about it right now. This is major news. Give me y'all's initial takeaway. So I'm reading different reports right now just to see if there's anything different. So, the Post and Courier, a newspaper in Columbia, is reporting that Ashlyn Watkins was arrested and charged with first-degree assault and battery and kidnapping. Battery, assault, and kidnapping? Guys, this is bad. This is really bad. I agree, innocent until proven guilty. I agree, this is all alleged. But this is bad, bro. This is terrible. This is awful news. What? Can Don Staley get her out of this situation? The mayor of Columbia? Bo, I don't know who Aaliyah Watkins is, but Ashlyn Watkins, the star for South Carolina, is possibly in some big, big trouble, man. Like, these are not petty charges right here. Assault, battery? I mean, this is crazy. Let me catch up in the chat. If that's her lover and she doesn't want to testify, it's not going to trial. And if that's the case, she'll get out on bail and they'll be back together. So she's already out on bail. There was a $30,000 bail. She's already been let out on bail as of 3:30 p.m. today. We know that much. Kidnapping just means preventing somebody from going somewhere, not how people think with gun and blindfold. No, I'm saying though, if you're preventing someone from leaving, that is terrible. That is not a good look. It doesn't matter if you got a gun or not. Bro, she's 6'4", 6'5". She's an intimidating presence. Ashlyn Watkins does not need a gun to hold somebody hostage. She does not need a weapon to hold a female hostage. Ashlyn Watkins is an imposing figure. If she doesn't want you to leave, you're not leaving. She does not need a weapon. Will not put USC's season in jeopardy. Have you seen the bench? They are loaded. Hey, USC is loaded. Southern California is loaded. Juju is going to be great. Talia Van Ohoffen, Kiki Raven, we know. Haley Heckel, Kennedy, they're loaded. Kennedy Smith, they're loaded. We know. But guys, this is major for South Carolina's season. They are the favorites to repeat. Ashlyn Watkins charged with battery, assault, and kidnapping? This is not a small, DUI drinking ticket that Coach K got his nephew to take for Paolo Banchero. This is not that. These are some serious charges. Thank you, YouTube. YouTube, thank you. Kidnapping is the same charge whether you have a gun or not. Period. Period. This is nuts. How could you put your season in jeopardy like this? And she's a potential top WNBA draft pick as well? How do you put your season in jeopardy like this? Guys, if you missed the update, I will read the article again. Ashlyn Watkins wasn't that good. Cut it out. I don't know who Ashley Watkins is. Ashley might not be that good, but Ashlyn Watkins is the truth. South Carolina, of course, doesn't play around. This is serious. Mario, this is major. This is major. This is nothing to play around with. Down south, I'm from North Carolina. The Bible Belt does not play. They do not care who you are. Yo, accent. What in the blue moon is happening? I'm in the same boat. Ethan, welcome in. I believe this is a case between Ashlyn and her girlfriend that went terribly wrong. This will get straightened out. But we've seen athletes in domestic disputes, and the penalties have been serious, y'all. I get you, but sometimes the charges sound worse than what happened, especially if this is something domestic. That's facts. This is all alleged right now. We don't have a conclusion. We don't know if games will be missed. We don't know if seasons will be missed. We don't know if she will be dismissed from the team. We don't know the repercussions. What we do know is that she's been charged with assault, with first-degree battery, with kidnapping. Juju Watkins plays for Southern California, not South Carolina. Keithus, I'm going to be honest with you because I think this is your first time in the chat, my guy. Or my female, I don't know. I don't want to assume. But we're all very well aware. My chat is very knowledgeable on women's hoops in general with every sport. We all are aware that Juju Watkins plays for Southern California, not South Carolina. Ashlyn Watkins plays the 5. Joyce Edwards plays the 1 through 4. This is not a Joyce Edwards replacement situation. If they do not have Ashlyn Watkins, this is a major hole. Now, they do have Sanaya Fagan, who would arguably take Ashlyn Watkins' spot, not Joyce Edwards. They do have Sakima Walker, so there's depth there. But Ashlyn Watkins was the one that was starting for Camila Cardoso when she was out with Brazil. This is a major loss. This is not a spot Joyce Edwards would fill. I'm sorry. I'm not going to go far. Straight ball and welcome in. I'm not going to go far because she's neck deep in the sports and is a college student in her first time. Doesn't matter if her loves has her back. She can't do anything. The victim has to want to pursue it. Will the victim pursue it? I know she's had a girlfriend for a while, but these are serious charges. When you're talking about assault, battery, and kidnapping, it doesn't matter if a weapon is involved. This is major news. She could miss games. She could miss the season. She could be dismissed from the team altogether. Ashlyn Watkins, there's a chance she never plays college basketball again after these accusations. I think we really got to sit here and digest. I'm going to read the article that I read because there's a lot of people in here now that weren't here in the beginning. So I'm going to read the article again. We do know Ashlyn Watkins averaged 9.2 points, 7.4 rebounds, 1 assist, multiple blocks last year. She averaged 2.4 blocks last year. This is one of South Carolina's key cornerstones to this roster. I don't know if they are the number 1 team in the nation without Ashlyn Watkins. That is almost too big of a loss to overcome even for them. I love Sanaya Fagan. I love Dowda. I love their front court. But guys, this is major. I'm going to go back. So this report that I'm reading, and I will catch up with the comments. Y'all keep hollering at me in the chat. I will catch up with the comments. But for everybody that missed my initial accent, talk to him. I know my shit. Stop playing with me. Y'all know I bring the goods. I'm going to read this article because y'all know I fact check. I check my sources. I'm a former news sports reporter. I've worked in television. I've worked in radio. I've written for newspapers. I really do this. So just so y'all know where I'm coming from in my pedigree, not that I have anything to prove, but I want y'all to know what y'all tuning into. This is from News 19 CBS. This is a respected station in Columbia, South Carolina, reporting on the issue. Now, before I read this and get into it, for everybody just coming in, make sure if this is your first time within the Live with Brandon Blakey podcast, comment, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff that y'all want to do if y'all rocking with me, because you're not going to find anybody better. I'm not going to hold you. Now that we're into it, this is from News 19 in Columbia, South Carolina, the report. South Carolina basketball star Ashlyn Watkins charged with assault and kidnapping first-degree battery as well. A South Carolina women's basketball star has been arrested and charged following an alleged assault that happened on Saturday morning as of today. According to warrants filed by USC police. So there have already been warrants for her arrest filed. She was arrested. She's been released. But the police are all over this. So what we're going to do, the warrants were filed in the arrest of Ashlyn Watkins. The incident occurred at 650 Lincoln Street, which was an on-campus apartment, which brings campus police and regular police into it. In South Carolina, the warrants state that Watkins assaulted the victim by forcefully grabbing her face and pulling her by the arms and pushing her, preventing her from leaving an area. I don't care if you got a knife, a gun, or an RPG, or just your hands. If you are preventing someone from leaving somewhere, that is kidnapping. And the charge remains as serious as it is if she had a gun. More on the article. The warrant states that Watkins also picked up the victim, physically picked her up, and carried her. It goes on to say Watkins grabbed the victim's head and forced her to walk down the hall, thus controlling her movement. That's the big part. He controlled her movement. He controlled her movement. He grabbed her by the face, grabbed her by the head, preventing the woman from leaving, and controlled her movement. Y'all gotta pay attention to the word, the verbiage, the usage, because this is what's going to be used in court. Now, the warrant says, so the latter allegation led to the additional charge of kidnapping. So she was charged with kidnapping for preventing the girl from leaving, from picking her up, from carrying her, from grabbing her by the face, from grabbing her on the head, for forcing her to walk in the direction that Watkins wanted her to walk into. This is kidnapping. This is bad. The warrant states that the victim eventually got away and pulled a fire alarm. The girl was so scared of Watkins that she broke away and pulled a fire alarm to alert everybody in the building, to alert the fire department, to alert campus security, to alert the police that she was fearing for her life. More into it. Jail records show, and this, if you're just joining, this is a report that I'm reading from News 19, a CBS affiliated station in Columbia, South Carolina, that is providing info and background on the event. This is not my words. These are not my words. These are coming out of Columbia, South Carolina from the news sources down there. This sounds really, really bad, y'all. I'm not going to hold y'all. This sounds really, really bad. Jail records, which still showed Watkins detained around 3 p.m. earlier this afternoon while y'all were watching college football, and I was too, indicated that Watkins was granted a $30,000 bail, so you know you only got to pay 10%. Personal recognized bond is what she was offered. Now, she was charged with battery first degree, with kidnapping, and first degree assault. Officials confirmed she had been released, so she's out of jail right now. She was released at 3:30. She was was no longer listed in public jail records. So before I continue, is this going to be an issue where Dawn Staley can control it? She's the most powerful person in South Carolina. Give me y'all's take. While I'm going through this, give me y'all's initial reaction from what I've read. And can Dawn Staley do anything about this? If you're just joining in, we got 132 in the chat. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share, do all that good stuff. Y'all know I'm keeping y'all up with all the latest and the greatest. If this is your first time, this is the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Welcome in. I am your host, Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. And y'all keep commenting. I'm going to come back to the chat, but I'm going to get through this article first. So we know she was released at 3:30 p.m. after being charged with first-degree assault, first-degree battery, and kidnapping. I'm going to say that again so y'all realize the significance and the seriousness of these charges. First-degree assault, first-degree battery, kidnapping. These are potential felonies. We're talking about, if she's convicted, years in prison. Like college career done potentially. Ashlyn Watkins may never play another collegiate basketball game. We have to face that realization. I'm going to catch up in the chat. Y'all keep hollering at me in the chat. Talk to me in the chat. Give me your initial reactions in the chat. First degree assault, first degree battery, kidnapping. These are potential felonies. Keep it hot in the chat. I got y'all. Let me get through this article, though, and I'll catch up. Now, we know there was a $30,000 bond. Ashlyn Watkins was released at 3:30 p.m. today. News 19, the reporters on this case, contacted the University of South Carolina Athletics Department for comment. A spokesperson said, so South Carolina reported and said they are aware of the situation and they are continuing to gather more information. South Carolina, the university, is aware of the situation. They are continuing to gather more information. When you guys hear assault, battery in the first degree, premeditated, when you hear that, when you hear kidnapping, what are your initial thoughts? What are your initial thoughts? And let me catch up in the chat. Let me catch up in the chat. Let me catch up in the chat. Brittany Griner got a DV charge, and her career was never the same. Brittany, before that, her DV was about to put the W on the map. They do not play that domestic violence. Lance, welcome in. I don't pay no attention to Dawn Sterling anytime. Dawn Staley, I'm guessing. She think it's okay for men to play. She did say she was cool with trans players coming to the league, to the college. Nothing but a liberal clown. Okay, now that I don't agree with that. Watkins will play again. She may get suspended, but she will play again somewhere. Someone, Alexis Morris, had DV charges at Baylor, still led LSU to a title. But they weren't this serious, though. Bo, I feel you, though, and I'm not wishing anything bad on Ashlyn Watkins, but I'm saying these are some serious charges. We can't just fly over this. We cannot just fly over this. Choir Boy, thank you so much for the support. Thank you for the contribution. None of this is possible without you great people. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. And let me catch up in the comments. We'll get to everybody. Nah, Alexis Morris just never found her way. But this, I feel like it's more major. Alexis Morris had domestic violence, but you're forgetting the kidnapping and the battery here. In South Carolina, it's a felony and a conviction that can lead up to 10 years imprisonment. YouTube, thank you for that. 10 years in prison, potentially, Watkins could be facing. We're talking something that's bigger than basketball right now. 10 years? She's 22. She would be 32 by the time she got out. It is a stain on the program, not just Ashlyn. Facts, Ethan. Facts. It's a stain on the program. The entire program. This is bad. James, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the contribution. Like I said, man, much love to y'all. Thank you for coming in and rocking with me. None of this is possible without you guys. Much love. This is madness, though. Let me catch up in the comments. Y'all keep letting me know how y'all feel about the comments. Let me know how y'all feel in the comments. Assault, first degree. Battery, first degree. Kidnapping. She grabbed the girl by the face. She physically picked the woman up and carried her. This is bad. Let me catch up in the comments, though. Y'all keep hollering at me in the comments. Give me y'all's initial reaction. Let me know. Will Ashlyn Watkins play basketball at South Carolina again? Question for the chat. Question for the chat. Question for the chat. Do y'all think that Ashlyn Watkins will ever play at South Carolina again? Will she ever play? Saheed, this is nuts, bro. This is nuts. Let me catch up in the comments. Will Ashlyn Watkins ever play at South Carolina again? DJ Mr. Raj, welcome in, welcome in. Guys, if this is your first time, welcome into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Of course, I am your host, Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment, like, all that good stuff to stay up with all the latest. Y'all know I got y'all covered in every sport imaginable. Keefe says Watkins will play again. Will Watkins play again? Is this worse than the Alexis Morris and the Brittany Griner situation? Neither one of them had the kidnapping charge, though. And to me, that's what separates this. Neither one of them had the kidnapping charge. It is a stain on the program, not just Ashlyn. Coach Staley always teaches her girls to protect their brand. That also means the basketball program. Yeah, this could make WNBA team. She is eligible for the WNBA draft this year. This could definitely make WNBA team shy away. They didn't want another Brittany Griner. Wait until Whitlock finds out. He will be on Coach Staley's case. He is the biggest Coach Staley hater ever. Nuke, this is bad. This is bad. In all seriousness, these are serious allegations. Keepers, these are major allegations. I don't know what the future holds for Ashlyn Watkins. In another domestic violence situation, as long as it's not abuse but an altercation, I'm not judging. That doesn't mean Ashlyn not wrong and shouldn't be punished, but it may not be that serious. Worst case, she's looking at 10 years. Best case, maybe a suspension. We're talking about her competing for her freedom. Bo says, man, these lesbians are really emotional when they find out their girl is cheating. We don't know if she's cheating, but hey, I'm not saying she wasn't. I don't know. Everybody loses in this situation when an accusation of this nature is made. It sounds like the witness is going to be testifying. It sounds like she gave her account to the police, and she was kind of fearing for her life. Ashlyn Watkins picked the girl up physically. I don't know how big the girl was, but Ashlyn Watkins is an imposing figure. Ashlyn Watkins is 6'3". As a female, she's built like a male basketball player, shoulders and all. Ashlyn Watkins is not the first person you challenge to a fight, male or female, or whatever you identify as. Bro, Mario, that's what I'm saying. Kidnapping mixed with domestic violence and assault, battery, and it's first degree. We're not talking second or third degree. We're talking first degree. This is bad. It seems Ashlyn needs to still be suspended for half the season, including practice, but allowed to 10 classes. I think Coach Dawn Staley can do something, but she won't because of the nature of the alleged allegations. I agree. Whoever said this is a stain on the whole program, I agree. Yep, it happened on campus. It happened on an on-campus apartment. It happened on campus. Missy, welcome in, welcome in. She says, I'm a Gamecock fan and hope things work out. She is much needed for our season. I don't know if South Carolina is the number one team without Ashlyn Watkins. I know they have Dowda. I know they have Fagan. I know they have Kitts. I know they have Walker. I know they have Tack. But Ashlyn Watkins is irreplaceable. I'm sorry. She's irreplaceable. She will probably get a break. A lot of first-timers don't go to jail. She will probably get counseling and probation. Best case scenario, counseling and probation. Alexis Morris had to transfer to another school but led LSU to a title. Does she transfer? Does Ashlyn Watkins transfer? Dawn is 50-50. I like/dislike her politics is a big no-no. I just personally, man, trans players in women's like basketball is just insane. Just imagine if this was a SC football player, a man who committed the same crime against a woman. These people wouldn't be downplaying the charges. YouTube, you might be hitting on something. YouTube, you might be hitting on something. I'm just saying. Straight Ball says, dude, you were talking about a college student with passing grades and a potential promising basketball career has no prior record. It's not going anywhere. Look, Straight Balling. Let me set the record straight for you right now, my man. Let me set the record straight. We're not talking about like an underage drinking ticket. We're not talking about a traffic violation. We're not even talking about shoplifting. We are talking about first-degree assault, first-degree battery, kidnapping. I don't give a damn if your GPA is a 4.0. These charges are serious. We're not talking about some minor misdemeanor infraction, campus violation, partying too late, getting rowdy. We're talking about felonies. Everything else goes out the window, my man. And I'm not here to convict Ashlyn Watkins. I'm not here to say she's guilty. But what we're not gonna do is downplay these charges. I don't give a damn if it's her first time offense. First degree kidnapping, first degree battery, first degree assault. These are not minor charges. It doesn't matter if it's your first time. You think people are saying, oh, somebody committed a murder, it's their first offense. Bro, we're talking about felonies. What are we doing here? Come on. Come on. What is going on here? Guys, let me know how y'all feel in the chat. Like, I'm not here to say Ashlyn Watkins is a bad person and she didn't make a mistake, but we're not going to act like this is some misdemeanor, some DUI, some drinking incident, some partying incident. The charges are alleged that she held a person against their will. First degree assault, first degree battery. They're saying that allegedly in the report that she grabbed the girl by her face, by her head, wouldn't let her leave. I don't give a dang if this is her first offense. This is a hell of a first offense. Donna, I agree. I agree with you. It is two sides to every story. We're going off the story that is out right now that all the media outlets in Columbia, South Carolina are reporting. Now, I am a former TV reporter, news, sports. I've done this for a living. I do this for a living. Radio, TV, newspaper. I've done it all. I do my research. I know my stuff. And I trust my sources. This is not something that's going to be swept under the rug. I respect South Carolina. I respect Don Staley. I'm not saying that Ashlyn Watkins is a bad person, but to denounce and to demean and to belittle these charges like these aren't serious charges, you gotta be crazy. You gotta be smoking crack. What is the future? What is the future? Y'all let me know. What is the future? What is the future for Ashlyn Watkins? This is bad. However you want to spin it, I know more details will come out. However you want to spin it, this is bad. I don't care how you feel about it. This is bad. This is bad. Let me catch up in the chat. YouTube says Ashlyn is done at SC in my opinion. Donna, 3 sides, my side. Okay, yep. Alexis Morris. There's been a lot of comparisons between Alexis Morris and Brittany Griner's domestic disputes and their situations. I want to say this that separates it. Kidnapping was not involved. Social media was not as big as it is now. This story is going to spread like wildfire. Keep hollering at me in the chat, though. If this is your first time, and I'm fired up right now. Y'all know how I get. If this is your first time in the chat, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, comment, share, do all that good stuff. And keep up to date with the Live Brandon Blakely podcast. We got that exclusive content coming daily, weekly, whenever you need it. Of course, I'm your host, Brandon Blakely, aka Brandon Lee TV. Make sure to follow me at Brandon Lee TV on all social media. Let me catch up in this chat, because y'all got it spicy right now. Alexis Morris, a former LSU player, played after assaulting somebody. No kidnapping charge, though, on the campus. Dawn Staley seems a lot less forgiving, though, so I doubt she'll let her play. This puts Dawn Staley in a tough spot, man. She's one of the pillars of women's college hoops right now. She stood on business, respect, honesty, courage. This is a bad look on the entire program. I know it sounds bad, but let's not rush to judgment. She has her day in court. Innocent until proven guilty. I wonder if part of the plea deal, the kidnapping is dropped and Watkins transfers to another school. Give me y'all's update. Does she transfer? Does she stay at USC? Is she done with college basketball? Is she going to prison? Y'all let me know what y'all think. Bro, like, she's physically imposing. With the kidnapping, she doesn't need a weapon. She's 6'3" and broad-shouldered, muscular. If Ashlyn Watkins doesn't want somebody in this chat, the majority of us, to go anywhere, we ain't going nowhere, man. It's probably GG's for her. Kidnapping. Saheed. Kidnapping is wild. That takes the comparison from the Brittany Griner situation. Takes the comparison from the Alexis Moore situation. When you throw that kidnapping in, I'm sorry, but Dawn Staley lost all credibility with me when she was part of leaving Caitlin Clark off the Olympic team. Colin, standing on business. Ashlyn will be dismissed from the team. Ashy Knuckles. Dude, you bugging. SC got enough talent on the bench to replace Watkins. Bro, let's not act like Ashlyn Watkins wouldn't average a double-double this year. Let's not play it down. Wait, we gotta stop. Let's not play it down like Ashlyn Watkins isn't a potential player of the year candidate. Let's not act like she wasn't getting starter minutes. Let's not act like she didn't replace Camila Cardoso and average a double-double in those 5 games that Cardoso was out playing with Brazil. Let's not act like she's not an intimidating force in that paint. Let's not act like she's the most athletic player in women's college hoops. Let's not downplay that. I know Sanaya Fagan is there. I know Adele Tack is there. I know Miriam Dowda is there. I realize that. I know Sakima Walker is there. None of them are Ashlyn Watkins. And if you really watch South Carolina play, you know that. You know that. If you really watch South Carolina play, you know the magnitude of a loss that Ashlyn Watkins would bring. Stop playing. Be real. Ashlyn Watkins is a key player for this group, and they're not just going to replace that. Let's be real. Let's be real, Ashy. Let's be real, because you sounding ashy right now. Ashlyn is a human being who allegedly made a mistake like anyone else. It's being blown up because she's a star athlete. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. You don't have the right to hold somebody against their will if that's what happened. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you do. I don't care what your profession is. Kidnapping, putting your hands on somebody, assault, battery is inexcusable. I don't care who you are, Ethan. If she wasn't a star, you wouldn't know anything about it. But she is a star, Donna. She is a star, which means she has to carry herself in a different light. She has to carry herself on a different pedigree because she has more to lose than the average person. Come on. What are we doing? Of course it's big news. She's a star player that just made a dumbass mistake that possibly could cost her career. What are you talking about, Donna? This is serious. Kidnapping and domestic assault? Come on. Oh, it's only her first time trying to kidnap someone. Let's let it slide because she can't put the ball in the hoop. You feel me, that's it? They acting like this is an underage drinking ticket or a speeding ticket. Bro, this is a hell of a first charge. Yeah, it's her first charge. We're talking about felonies, though. What are we doing, people? The story is already on ESPN's top headlines, waiting until Whitlock. Hey, Whitlock is definitely going to be on this. Because y'all know he is Don Staley's biggest hater. Now, am I saying that they can't win a championship without Ashlyn Watkins? That's not what I'm saying. But to act like this isn't a major loss is Bush League. Come on now. AB, you feel me? They acting like she got a speeding ticket. This is a felony, bro. What are we doing? This is serious charges for anybody. This is nuts. Hey, y'all know I was going to be first with the story. I'm here before ESPN, before YouTube, before all these other creators. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, man. Y'all know I'm keeping y'all up to date with the breaking news. Let me catch up in the chat. I don't see it yet. Win games at all means and not care about the game itself. Nasty word. This isn't Chicago or California. We're in the Bible Belt. I'm from North Carolina. I'm very familiar. Did a lot of scouting. I was a scout in South Carolina. I've done a lot of work down there. You know what I'm saying? Fort Mill down there, Columbia, Anderson, Gaffney. I've been all through South Carolina. Rock Hill. I'm very familiar. That's the Bible Belt. They will throw the book at you. They don't care who you are. Plenty of people have been locked up down there for less. I think ultimately Coach Staley will release her from the team. Will she play again? In y'all's opinion, what is the future for Ashlyn Watkins? Many people get arrested for felonies. All don't go to prison. A lot of people get probation. If she gets probation, there's still potentially a chance she gets kicked off the team and doesn't play anymore. Remember, Allen Iverson got bailed out. He didn't get shipped to prison, and someone died in that situation, right? No, nobody died. Actually, nobody died. Nobody died. Let's go easy on AI. Nobody died. It was a bowling incident, bro. Nobody died, though. Byron, welcome in. We have a problem. This could cost South Carolina a championship. Thank you. Be honest. This definitely could cost South Carolina a championship. These are serious charges dealing with her girlfriend. Will the girlfriend proceed with pressing charges? That's the thing. This is major. Coach Staley is not going to get involved in this. These are serious charges. I don't think Coach Staley can save her at this point. Ashlyn Watkins would have shined even more with Camilla now in the W. This is supposed to be a great season. This is supposed to be a breakout season for Ashlyn Watkins. She was going to be the featured player on this team. Her and Malaysia Full Wiley. Let's not act like this isn't a critical blow. I don't know if South Carolina's the number one team in the nation without Ashlyn Watkins, man. Let the case play out. We have to let the case play out. Absolutely. Bro, this is kidnapping. I searched her name, and that's already a bunch of articles on it. Exactly. And I'm reading to y'all what's already on the internet, Saheem. It's all over the internet. It's all over the internet. You're acting as if she was found guilty already. No, I'm acting like, Ethan, these are serious charges that could cost her her career. That's what I'm acting like. Was this incident against Ashley's girlfriend, a girlfriend of hers, that Ashlyn's fault? She put herself in that position. She should know better, but she's done. Ain't no other school would take her. Smart guy says she's done. College career over, basketball career done. What do y'all feel like? Give me y'all's takeaways. I want to hear from y'all because y'all have heard from me from 45 minutes. Give me y'all's takeaways. Just hearing what I've read to y'all, hearing what's going on, give me your initial takeaways. Ashley says, I go to Gamecocks games and her double-doubles don't be 20 and 10, rebounds more 10 and 12, 10 rebounds. Ashley is just more athletic, not more skilled than others. That offense was catching up. The mid-range was coming. Defense runs the floor well. She's their best paint protector right now. We got to be honest. This is a huge loss if they lose her. Don't really know how bad it really was. None of us do. Yes, everyone deserves a second chance, but if it was that bad, maybe she doesn't. Y'all saw what happened to Ray Rice. Never recovered, never played in the league again. We've seen players beat these allegations. We've seen it kill careers. It could go either way. Ethan, you right, though. We're not going to rush the judgment. Kels, welcome in. If DS got Ja up out of there, it's over for Watkins. Good thing we got Sanaya, Dale, Miriam, Joyce, and Chloe. They do have a lot of depth in that front court. I do agree. That's why Garnett left South Carolina. Yup. And went to Chicago. Keefus and went to Chicago. Yup. Felony, no scholarship. D Nut around. Welcome in. Welcome in. Wesley. Wesley, okay. For everybody joining in, I'm going to read the article again. I got y'all. For everybody just joining in, if you are just joining in, make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment, share, like, and do all that good stuff to stay up to date with the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. I will read the article again. Give me one moment. For all those joining in just now. So I'm reading an article for WLTX, a news station, a CBS affiliate in Columbia, South Carolina, News 19. The headline: South Carolina basketball star Ashlyn Watkins charged with assault and kidnapping, as well as battery. First-degree assault and battery. According to warrants filed by South Carolina police in the arrest of Ashlyn Watkins, the incident occurred at 650 Lincoln Street, which is a student housing center. A student housing center at the University of South Carolina. The warrants for Ashlyn Watkins state that Watkins assaulted the victim by forcefully grabbing her by the face, pulling her by the arms, and pushing her. She also physically picked this female up and carried her, held her against her will. The warrant states, it goes on to say that Watkins grabbed the victim's head and forced her to walk down a hallway, thus controlling her movement. Listen to the verbiage here. Controlled her movement while preventing her from leaving. Listen to the verbiage there. Forced her down a hallway, controlled her movement, and prevented her from leaving. I just wanted to say that again so y'all understand the magnitude. The warrant states that the victim eventually got away. The victim got away, which another statement that indicates she was being held against her will. She got away. The girl pulled a fire alarm to escape, allegedly, the possession of Ashlyn Watkins. She alerted the local police, the fire department, and campus police. She pulled a fire alarm. She was so scared, allegedly. Jail records which show Watkins was detained till around 3 p.m., 3:30. They basically indicated that Watkins was granted a $30,000 bail. You only have to pay 10%. Personal recognized bond. He was charged with kidnapping and first-degree assault and battery. First degree, premeditated. He was released around 3:30 p.m. Now, this is what is also interesting. The news station reached out to South Carolina Athletics Department for a comment. A spokesperson said they are aware of the situation and they are continuing to gather more information. Based off what I read, y'all let me know. Y'all let me know based off what I've read. Hunter, welcome in. She's eligible for the draft this year, being 22 years old. Worst case, she gets 10 years in prison. Best case, she gets a suspension. Let me catch up in the chat. I agree. Ashlyn Watkins definitely would have shot more with Cardoso in the W now. This would be her team. That's what they said happened. Let's let the case play out. Bro, this is kidnapping. Yup. This is kidnapping. I'm not acting like she's found guilty, but we're not going to downplay these charges either. Was this? Yep, it was involving. It sounds like a domestic dispute. Don't really know how bad it is. Really was. None of us do. And that's the thing. None of us were there, but the way they're reporting on this, I mean, Sonya Ja got up out of there for way less. But Wesley, that's what happens. I'll stay in SC Columbia and that, so all those charges you screaming about will be dropped down to lesser charge. Actually, I don't know about that, man. I'm from North Carolina. I know South Carolina very well. Done a lot of work. Bible Belt ain't going for that, my man. I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. Kidnapping is serious. These are serious charges. These are potential felonies. I posed a question in the chat. Y'all let me know what do y'all think? Just hearing based off what I've read, what's going on. What do y'all think the future of Ashlyn Watkins is in South Carolina? Y'all let me know. What does the future hold? She's a kid that may not get a second chance because of how serious this is. Facts. Colin, facts. This is not like a DUI or a drinking ticket, underage drinking ticket, or a public intoxication, or a speeding ticket. This isn't that. We're talking about serious felonies that carry serious time. Ashlyn is going to throw her a bag to get out of this. She'll be good. Okay. Her career's not done. Maybe at SC. She will play somewhere maybe after 1 year. If this went down in the hallway, there's video footage. There should be video footage and there should be witnesses because school's back in. Will witnesses come forward? Will video footage? The investigation will continue. We don't know all the details yet, so I'm not condemning anybody. I'm just saying these charges are serious. Ashlyn will be suspended indefinitely until the outcome of the criminal case and may not be allowed to participate in school activities or attend school for that matter. What happens next? Welcome in, welcome in. Schools wants to win. If she is not convicted and still released from the team, other schools will salvate to get her. If there's video, it will go viral. It will absolutely go viral. X-Men, welcome in. The victim could drop those charges, but those kidnapping charges is what's going to... Yeah, that's the thing. That's what separates all this from the Brittany Griner domestic dispute and violence charges, from the Alexis Morris domestic violence charges. The kidnapping was not a thing. That is what's going to separate this. And Coach Don Staley has dismissed players before for a lot less. Guys, if this is your first time, welcome into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Of course, I am your host, Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up with all the latest and the greatest. Join our memberships, comment, like, share, and all that good stuff. Thank you so much for the support. None of this is possible without you guys. Thank you for supporting my platform. And I'm not here to tell anybody they're right or wrong. All opinions are welcomed here. Y'all know me. The victim could absolutely drop them charges. Wesley says Brandon politics will make this go away. Dawn got political pull. She's got more political pull than probably the governor and the mayor. We'll see if she gets involved, though, because this is bad. This is not one of the things you can really sweep under the rug, I feel like. Let's cut all this mistake nonsense out. Ashley is older enough to know what was wrong, so please stop, because right is right and wrong is wrong. It's spelled the same. It is the same. Wow, the university has to look out for the safety of the student population, so Watkins will be kicked out of school. Sheesh. No matter how much a victim is paid, they can't drop kidnapping charges. It's over. Don't know anything about it, but it could come up to 2 unlawful detainment. I think Don will let her go. Shaquem, welcome in. This is terrible publicity. This is not only a stain on the program, like on Ashlyn, but this is a stain on the entire program, y'all. This is major. We don't know what happened, but those allegations are damning. And that's the thing. I'm not saying I was there. I'm not talking like I know what's going to happen. I'm leaving it up to discussion. But these allegations and what we've seen players go down for less in the past, this is bad. They said her GF was now with a man and she lost it. Basically got to let the case play out. Okay. Suspended until further notice. probably done in SC. She's not going to prison. I can't see it for a first time DVA and a girl. She getting probation with a bunch of conditions. But what does that mean, Nuke, for her basketball career? I don't know if Don Staley's going to be. This might be over Don's head. I mean, this is national news at this point. If I'm talking about it, everybody's talking about it. I don't know if Don is going to be able to save her from this. I don't know if Don's going to want to save her from this and risk her credibility and her image and the image of this program. I'm not saying South Carolina won't win a title without her, but Watkins is a major loss, and this team will not be the same without her. And if there's evidence that she did it, then it's not a mistake. She did it because she wanted to. It is. So stop saying she made a mistake. People do wrong because they choose to do it. Smart guy standing on business. Missy, I don't think she will be forced to leave SC. But yes, SC will do major damage control. Like, how do you cover this up? Former NFL punter Matt Araiza was charged with rape, and the young lady completely lied on him. His career has never been the same. That's what I'm saying. Even if none of this is true and these allegations are just allegations, this could be detrimental to her college career, to the South Carolina program, and to her pro career. Money isn't going to get her out of this. If convicted, her victim will probably sue anyway and win. This could go to civil court, criminal court, all that. The difference is I've done time at Columbia SC, and you just know from what you read or heard. I've experienced being in the system, so I know what charges will be dropped. Okay, Ashley, let me ask you. I'm not asking you to snitch, but like, bro, I'm just going to assume that you ain't do time for kidnapping, a first-degree assault, and first-degree battery. I'm going to just say that. And they might go harder on her because she is a public figure. I ain't into snitching, I ain't into jaw snitching, but I'm just assuming you ain't do time for that, or I'm guessing you wouldn't be in this chat right now. I'm just saying. And I mean, I've got family that have done time. Nothing for that serious, but I mean, you know, I'm hip. I understand what's going on. But South Carolina is a no-nonsense state, man. Kels, she's carrying her down the hallway. She's grabbing her by the face. She's forcefully holding her against her will. If that's not kidnapping, what is? Responsibility is something lost on a lot of people. It might take a year or two for her to bounce back in terms of b-ball career. And will she be the same player? If she has to take a year or two off, we saw what happened to Michael Vick when he went to prison in his prime. He did not come back the same player. It's above Don's head. This is an AD and university and president matter. I agree. I think this is above Don Staley's head. I don't think Don Staley is going to be able to save her from this situation. I really don't. And maybe the charges get dropped. I'm not condemning anybody. I'm not saying anybody is guilty right now. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm not here to say that Ashlyn Watkins is a bad person. I'm here to relay the news that is out there. What is out there in these reports. Give my perspective and get y'all's perspective. That is it. We know what's out there, and it sounds really bad. It sounds really, really bad. And I want to say this. Careers have been ended for less. Well, my advice from me to Ashlyn Watkins, stop having a relationship with women. Maybe the best thing she should do is be in a relationship with a man or by herself, be by herself. I'm not here to tell anybody how to love. As I was told at a young age, the first time a couple DV incident goes public, best believe it's not the first incident. You might be on to something. You might be on to something. I don't know. If she was that comfortable putting the pause on her, allegedly, then yeah, I mean, this probably isn't the first time. But is Ashlyn Watkins done? Should she go to prison? Like, what are y'all's initial takeaways? Y'all have heard my perspective. I want to hear from you guys. Holler at me in the chat. Let me know how y'all feel about this whole thing. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this whole thing. Holler at me in the chat. I'm going to catch up with these comments. I'm right now just checking for updates to see if anything else has been said. I'm right now just checking to see if anything else has been said, if anything else is going on. But y'all continue to holler at me in the comments and let me know. And make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment, share, like. Stay up with all the latest with the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Of course, I am your host, Brandon Blakeney, a.k.a. Brandon Lee TV. But y'all give me y'all's takeaways, man. I mean, this is major. This is not good. First offense or not, we're talking about premeditated felonies. Worst case, she's facing 10 years in prison. Basketball career over. College career over. Student career over. Life potentially over. Best case, she's suspended. But y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. Let me know like the latest, man. This is what I'm seeing. And I'm not here to say she's guilty. I'm not here to condemn anybody or anything like that. But I'm just giving y'all the facts of what's going on, what's been reported. And, I mean, this is... Look, I know South Carolina returns a mob. They have the best roster in the game coming back. They're loaded in the backcourt. Tahina Powell decided to come back. Raven Johnson, ultimate glue player. Malaysia Fawali might be the most electrifying player in the league in the entire country. Tessa Johnson, sharpshooter. Maddie McDaniel coming in. Joyce Edwards coming in. The backcourt, the wings, Breezy Hall, they're loaded. The front court, Miriam Dowda, Chloe Kitts, Sanaya Fagan, Adele Tack, Sakima Walker, like it's loaded. But Ashlyn Watkins, I think, is irreplaceable for this group. I don't think South Carolina is the number one team in the nation, undoubtedly, without Ashlyn Watkins. She was going to be the focal point of this team. She was going to have a breakout junior year. She was going to be a potential player of the year candidate. And now that all could possibly be out the window. Seriously. I don't think this is a situation where Don Staley can come into the rescue. I don't think this is a situation where Don Staley will even want to risk the image of her brand, or the credibility of this program. Ray Rice's career was ruined. He was never the same. And he never got hit with the kidnapping charges. Let me catch up in the comments. Look at Ray Rice. He had a domestic dispute, and his career was over. NIL is everything, and if she has done this, it will be hard for her to recover. Yeah, I mean, college programs are not going to want to touch her. WNBA franchises are not going to want to bet their franchise on that. Especially when domestic violence has been an issue in the W. They're not going for that. Like, this, she may end up playing for the Harlem Globetrotters. Prodigal. She did not get busted with weed, or we wouldn't even be here. It was domestic assault. So she got charged with first-degree battery, first-degree assault, and kidnapping. Allegedly. She grabbed her girlfriend by the face, held her against her will, grabbed her by the head, assaulted her, picked her up, and carried her down the hallway, like, held her against her will to the point where the girlfriend had to pull a fire alarm to let the local authorities, to let campus authorities and the fire department know that, hey, I'm in trouble, I need help. And I'm not here to, hey, I've made a lot of mistakes. Kidnapping, assaulting someone, and beating on a woman is not one of my mistakes. I don't know about y'all, and I'm not a saint, but that is not one of my mistakes. William, welcome in, welcome in. Ashlyn teammates is gonna look at her totally different. And Brandon, you are right. This is This is very serious. This is very serious, and it may be something she can't come back from. It really may be something that she can't come back from. I mean, you hear something like this, especially in women's sports, her teammates are absolutely going to be looking at her different. I'm telling you guys, if there's evidence she has done, Ashlyn does not have the money. It's all attorneys to get out of this. The article I read, quote, Watkins confessed and the incident was captured on video surveillance. If that is true and there's video, it'll be out within the next few hours. You should take calls on this issue. The video buried Ray Rice, and if there's a video that comes out, it will bury Ashlyn Watkins too. Dawn will use her political power, and this will go away. All right. I love hearing from y'all. Only generational players can get away with this. Do these cases get thrown away under the table with political power every day? But we've seen it ruin careers as well. It could be either side of the spectrum. When you get angry and upset, you have to learn how to control your emotions because that's all you have. Nobody is controlling none of us. We all control our own destiny. We all control our own brain. Facts. You are responsible for the reaction somebody gets out of you. Facts. You should not get out of character. And for though I carry myself like $1 million brand because that's where I'm going to be one day. And man, I'm not throwing away my future over no nonsense like that. You have to understand how to carry yourself. Y'all see how Travis Hunter came out the star, maybe the Heisman Trophy winner in college football? He don't go out. He don't do no nonsense. He don't party. My man said, I play football. I go to class. I fish and play video games. When you got a brand to protect, you got to be thinking different than the average person. I bet she was also on drugs. That is junkie type activity. I don't know about that. I'm not going to comment on that. Oh, if TMZ got it, y'all know. If TMZ got it, y'all know. Y'all know it's major news. This is worldwide. If TMZ got it, I mean, just search her name. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. The latest article is from CBS Sports 44 minutes ago. Let me see if there's any updates. Let me see if there's any updates. Let me see if there's any updates. Because this article, most of them were 3 and 4 hours old. This one is from 44 minutes ago. So we know police and the fire department arrived on the scene. Because she pulled the fire alarm. The victim is still being unnamed. He did receive medical attention for non-life-threatening injuries. And we know South Carolina tips off their season on November 10th in a major matchup against arguably a top 10 team in North Carolina State who played them tough in the Elite Eight as well. So that's what we know right now. She was treated for medical. She did get medical attention. Non-life-threatening injuries, but it was serious enough to where she got medical attention. The more articles that come out, the worse this is sounding. I'm just saying. The more articles that are coming out, the worse this is sounding. It is alleged, though. But y'all know how TMZ is. They were the first people that reported Kobe died. If Ashlyn Watkins is a hothead and Dawn and people around her knows it, she's done. No one wants to risk their brand or her career. It's too many talented players out here. And with social media and domestic violence being such like a serious issue and kidnapping, man, it might be OV for her. There is a chance she goes to prison. There is a chance she does 10 years. There is a chance that Ashlyn Watkins' career is done, not only in South Carolina, but in women's college basketball in general. There is a chance. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. Ashlyn should not put herself in that position. She knows she's a professional athlete and she has bigger fish to fry. Exactly. You have your whole future ahead of her. You have a potential to get generational wealth for your family. When you're in that type of situation, you cannot allow yourself to make mistakes like this. You cannot put yourself in situations. It was out over 4 hours ago, Donna. Over 4 hours ago. I'm seeing reports from 4 hours ago. I'm posing another question to the chat. What will the punishment be? Y'all give me your take. What will the punishment be? Now, I still think South Carolina has enough to win a title. Let's not get it twisted. They still return a mob. But Ashlyn Watkins would be arguably their best player this year. This is a major loss if she misses time. She was the replacement for Camila Cardoso when she went to go play with Brazil. This is major, man. What should the punishment be? What will the punishment be if she is found guilty? Will she go to prison? Will she be suspended? Will she be kicked out of basketball in general? Is her career done? The kidnapping is what separates it from every other domestic abuse I've seen in recent history with professional athletes. Y'all let me know, though. Y'all let me know. I mean, these are serious felonies we're talking about, Prodigal. This is not like an underage drinking ticket. This is not like a public intoxication citation. This is not a misdemeanor. We're talking about violent felonies. When you're talking about holding somebody against their will, preventing them from leaving, from putting your hands on them, this is serious. This is not going to be swept under the rug. This is not something I don't think that Don Staley is going to be able to help her out of. Now, Ashlyn Watkins is 22, Ethan. She's eligible for the WNBA draft this year. She's 22. Not 20, 22. 22, 22. I mean, y'all let me know. This is a big hit to South Carolina's championship chances. I'm going to be honest. This is a big hit. This could be potentially their leading scorer, leading rebounder, and leading shot blocker this year. This is a huge potential loss. I've read over the article. I've let y'all know the charges. If you're just joining, Ashlyn Watkins, star for South Carolina, has been charged already with first-degree assault, first-degree battery, and kidnapping. These are serious charges. This is not something that Don Staley is just going to be able to sweep under the rug. I'm telling y'all right now, worst case, she goes to prison, does 10 years for what is associated with those crimes would be associated with the max in South Carolina. Best case, she gets suspension. On the other end, maybe she never plays for South Carolina but goes somewhere else. But this is a potential career ruiner. Let's not get it twisted. That's what they say happened, but we don't know the facts. Let it play out. It has to play out in court. Maybe the girl doesn't press charges. But she did receive medical attention, and this is what we know. If Dawn uses her political power to get out of this means that she is putting winning over doing what is right. If you put winning over integrity, then I can't respect you. And I think a lot of people would feel like that, Shaquem. I think a lot of people would share that sentiment. South Carolina has been the cream of the crop, the class, the standard in women's college hoops. Dawn Staley is a face of the league, a face of women's hoops in general. She's heavily respected and admired and adored. This is a situation that could ruin the program potentially. This is bad. This is really, really bad. This is not something that you sweep under the rug. This is not something that you just forget about. This is going to be major news for the next few days. This is not some charge that you just get over, man. This is not light. This will not be taken lightly. And you're talking about in the Bible Belt in South Carolina? Bro, they locking people up for a lot less. She has not been convicted yet, Ethan, and we're not here to convict her. We are not here to convict her. I'm here to relay the information that is out there right now. That is all to give my perspective and to get y'all's take. But first degree assault, first degree battery, and kidnapping, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. It is not looking good. These are serious allegations. These are serious charges. We're talking about felonies. In some states, they automatically press charges in domestic violence cases because the victims are known to be intimidated into dropping the charges. Okay, AT, okay. The hate for SCNDS will make this a huge scandal. It's not as bad as you think for the school and team. It could be awful for Ashlyn, but we still the team to beat. We'll see. We'll see. South Carolina does return a mob. I'm not denying that. They absolutely have a mob coming back. This team has no weaknesses. But Ashlyn Watkins was expected to carry a heavy load this year and potentially be the best player on this team. He's a potential player of the year candidate. Like, this would be a major loss for South Carolina. This is a hit to their national championship run. Make no mistake about it. This is a bad look. This is bringing some very nasty attention to the program. Let's not get it twisted. But give me y'all's takeaway. Give me y'all's initial reaction. We know that the victim received medical attention on scene. They were not life-threatening, but she did receive medical attention. They are saying first-degree assault, first-degree battery, and kidnapping is what separates. Kidnapping is the major thing. Gary, if you're just joining us, she was arrested. She's been released. They paid bond, $30,000 bond. You only got to pay 10%. She was arrested for a physical altercation with a girlfriend. They're saying that she assaulted her, grabbed her by the face, grabbed her by the head, forced her down a hallway, picked her up and physically carried her, prevented her from leaving. The girl had to escape the possession of Ashlyn Watkins and pull a firearm. It's bad. It's bad. Ethan, no, I'm not convicting anybody. I'm not judge, jury, prosecutor, or anything like that. But to downplay these charges and act like these aren't serious accusations, I wouldn't be doing my job as a journalist. If there's real valid evidence that she has done this, the best thing Ashlyn needs to do is take the plea deal and do not take this to trial. She will be removed from South Carolina. I mean, she is facing potential time. A potential 10-year sentence. So South Carolina, Ty, welcome back. I love what you're doing. So they're saying that they're gathering more information right now. That all they've said, South Carolina officials, is that they are aware of the situation and they are gathering more information. That's all we know from South Carolina at the moment. That's all we know. But y'all saw like Dawn Staley does not play that. She's dismissed. She dismissed Ja for way less. Like Dawn Staley is not going to sacrifice the integrity of this program for one player. Wesley says this will go away. Bro, yeah, Kevin Porter Jr. But the thing is, Kai came out and denied the allegations and said that he never touched her. So he found his way overseas and then back into the league. I think it will also depend on what this, the victim, the alleged victim, what she has to say. Damon, welcome in, welcome in. I mean, guys, these are some very big accusations. These are some big accusations. I don't know if there's a comeback from this. Nah, Ja was dismissed. Ja was dismissed. But the thing with Ashley is she's facing first degree assault, first degree battery in a domestic violence situation, and kidnapping. That kidnapping is what I feel like could possibly do her in. I just got a question. Was her girlfriend white or black? Because we all know race is going to play a part in this case. And I mean, Ashlyn is an imposing figure. She's 6'3" and built solidly. Like, if she don't want you to go somewhere, you're not going. That's all I'm saying. She doesn't need a weapon to hold somebody hostage. But y'all let me know how y'all feel in the chat. Nobody is saying these aren't serious charges. What I'm saying is, yeah, we have to let it play out in court. Ethan, I agree completely. We have to let it play out in court. Hey, somebody got to talk to her. Something's got to happen. Will her girlfriend change the story? Ashley is not the first you would point out and try to fight. That's what I'm saying. Let it play out. Don't always believe what the news and newspaper report. Their job is to sell stories. Yes, and I'm a former newspaper writer. I've been a television reporter. Like, I know the game, but they're not gonna blatantly lie to sell. Like, local news is not TMZ. They're not just gonna lie and sacrifice their integrity of their station to sell to get clicks. Local news is not TMZ. This is not a blog we're reading. This is a local news source that is doing their due diligence to investigate the situation. But if it was all hearsay, South Carolina would come out and make a statement initially, immediately, and dismiss any of this nonsense. But they're gathering information, which means they're still investigating and they're still getting their ducks in a row. That's what we know. Troy, welcome in, welcome in. They don't talk about same-sex domestic violence, but when a man is accused of domestic violence, the media be like, "You're about to lose your job." Hey, they're convicted guilty based off of just the initial accusations. This is all alleged. Nobody has been convicted, and I'm not here to say that. I'm not here to say anybody's been convicted or anybody's fate has been determined. I'm not here to say that. But when you're talking about kidnapping, when you're talking about first degree anything, let alone assault and battery, felonies, this is absolutely something that can get her kicked out of school in her basketball career. We will be remiss not to acknowledge it. This is absolutely something that could cost her career. I'm not saying it immediately is or automatically will, but this is something that leaves a bad taste in people's mouths. This is something that could send you to prison. This is something that can get you dismissed from South Carolina, kicked out of women's college hoops, and have college programs not willing to touch you. This is major. This is not some minor incident. She could absolutely miss this season, which would be a critical blow for South Carolina. Critical blow. You do not have a player on this roster, one player that can replace Ashlyn Watkins. She's a player of the year type of candidate. Tiff, I know Ja was going through some issues that didn't involve the police, that didn't involve local authorities. Way less? Yes, way less. Bro, we're talking about kidnapping. We're talking about assault. We're talking about battery. We're talking about felony charges. Ja was not facing suspension from the school. She was not facing potential jail time. What are we doing here? Are y'all serious? Come on. This is terrible. Let's not act like it. Ashlyn Watkins is a great player. She's elite at what she does. This is going to be a tragedy on both sides, potentially. This is going to be a tragedy on both sides, potentially. We don't know what's going to happen. But what we do know today at 8:16 Eastern Time, 7:16 Central Time, wherever you're at, August 31st, 2024, what we do know is right now, this looks really, really bad. This looks really, really bad. Tiff, we're not talking about John right now. We know she got dismissed. We know that there was some issues on campus. We know that it was off the court issues. We know that she was getting into a bit of trouble that she shouldn't have been into. But Tiff, answer me this. Did John kidnap anybody allegedly? Did she assault anybody physically allegedly? Did she get charged with battery? Was she arrested? Just answer me that. That's all I ask. Because it seems like to me you have no idea. They better have the same energy on this as they do when men get charged with domestic violence. We saw Ray Rice's career get ended. And if there is video that comes out, this is gonna be bad. If there's video that comes out, this is gonna be bad. That's all I'm saying. The video is gonna go viral. If video comes out, this is bad. Great take, correct tone, keep it up. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate you because people in here tripping. People in here tripping, man. People just some people just be talking just to talk. I welcome everybody's opinion. Tiff, I want to say I'm not personally like trying to come at you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of the chat. But come on now. Let's be realistic here. This is not the same. Hack is the truth for sure, and she's healthy. I'm excited to see her. She is 6'3". She was in an altercation dragging someone who was trying to break free. This is where the kidnapping comes in. It's not good at all, but that term gives the wrong impression. I guess we're going to have to wait till the full story comes out. This is why. Tiff, how I'm a clown. You're in my chat, bro. What are you talking about? What are you talking about right now? Like, bro, you're just talking at this point, and it's okay because your opinions are welcome. But you looking real Ronald McDonald right now. I'm gonna just say that. I'm gonna just say that, bro. I was a scout. I was a national reporter for a major recruiting service. I was a TV reporter. I was a radio host. I was a newspaper writer. I'm going to just go on a whim and say I got more sources in South Carolina than you, Miss Tiff Brown. And I'm going to leave it at that. Not trying to flex, but I'm going to just keep it real with you. Because you talking that talk, but I'm really walking that walk. And I'm going to leave it at that. But thank you for tuning in. And if this is your first time, Welcome into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. I am your host, Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, comment, share, like, all that good stuff. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, everybody. Everybody, thank you. I want to keep hearing y'all's perspective on this. Tack is absolutely the truth. I bet they will pay off the girl and she will recant the crime. Maybe. Maybe she recants. Maybe she recants. We don't know how this is going to play out. We're just talking about it at this point. We're just talking about it at this point. Frida's Kitchen, welcome in, says she's done at SC. It's a wrap. These are serious allegations, man. These are serious allegations. ESPN has broken the story. Let me see what ESPN is talking about. Let me see what ESPN is talking about to see if they have any more insight. Because we know we're going to be getting up-to-date insight on this. So ESPN broke the story 2 hours ago. Let's see if they have anything extra that we don't know already. We know about the battery. We know about the assault. But comparing Jaw's situation to this is insane, bro. I'm just reading through the article now to see if there's anything else. I mean, the girl pulled a fire alarm. Obviously, she was terrified. So ESPN's not reporting anything new. They're not reporting anything new. If there is evidence and video, South Carolina Gamecock will remove Ashlyn off the premises immediately. Dawn cannot do anything about this, but wish Ashlyn nothing but the best. She's a great player. I don't know her personally. I'm not here to judge her character or attack her character. Yo, Tip, no, you absolutely right. I promise you, I don't expect you to agree. I don't expect y'all to agree with everything I say. I'm not going to agree with everything y'all say at all. And we don't have to. I respect y'all's conversation, though, because I know y'all coming here educated. So, I mean, I don't expect it, and that's completely fine with me. No harm, no foul. Thank you for the love. The video could change it all, y'all. The video could change it all. I mean, we're still waiting. I don't know all the details. I'm not here to convict Ashlyn Watkins. I'm not here to say she's guilty. I'm not the judge, jury, or anything like that. I'm not here to convict anybody. I'm literally here relaying the news that's being put out. That's it. I'm here delivering a message. And when there's news, I gotta deliver it. It's not gonna always be happy news. But I gotta report it. I gotta do my due diligence. If there's a video, it's going to go viral. Hey, Lindy, welcome in, welcome in. Hey, better late than never. Better late than never. Ashlyn Watkins' career is over. Do y'all feel like that? Article says she will be allowed to travel with the team, but I mean, their first game is against NC State on November 10th. So there's time for this to get resolved. I don't know if it will be. Bobby LSU wouldn't let her play until resolved and then take an opinion on the case. It's a tricky situation, man, because all eyes is going to be on them, and you don't want to water down or demean the brand. Comparing Ja want to be a hood rapper guy to a kidnapping is wild. I'm just saying. AP said that, okay. Straight balling. Straight balling, I appreciate the support, man. Thank you so much. I typically keep it hoops. I typically keep it hoops. And this is hoops. We're keeping it hoops. This is something that is impacting them. If Ashlyn Watkins is not on the court, if Ashlyn Watkins is not on the court, it is impacting the basketball game. Look, hey, like y'all said, we don't always have to agree, and I appreciate y'all tuning in, but I'm gonna bring y'all the real every time. It might ruffle some feathers, and that's okay. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. I'm gonna keep bringing it to y'all. Court case is October 25th. Probably just preliminary hearing where she will be asked to enter a plea. Look, man, these charges are bad. Like, no matter how you feel about it, these alleged charges are bad. Depends on the university and how stringent they are with their code of ethics. South Carolina seems like they not playing around. We've seen players get dismissed for less in multiple sports, even football. They might give her a plea deal, but she's still going down hard. Tahina going to have to average 15 to 17 points. That says. I mean, I'm not saying South Carolina can't overcome this loss, but this is a major loss. We cannot downplay, one, the charges, but two, the absence of Ashlyn Watkins. I saw how she filled in for Camila Cardoso, man. She was exceptional last season. She ended up playing more minutes than Chloe Kick. She played starter minutes. Like, this is major. All I know is what all the other media outlets know, and I'm sharing what they're sharing. That's it. That's what we know right now. I'm giving y'all what we know right now. Nothing's been decided. It's innocent until proven guilty, and I stand on that. But we got to be honest. It looks pretty bad. It looks pretty bad. I'm just saying. It looks pretty bad. And I did a video on their schedule release. I apologize if I misspoke. So I do know what they play at Iowa State in Vegas. For some reason though, one of the articles I read said their first game was November 10th. But I knew better. That's my fault. That is my point. Only generational talents get second chances with these situations. Bro, this is a career ruiner potentially. Yo, RC, welcome in, welcome in. Man, it's looking bad, RC. Ashlyn Watkins, if you're just joining, facing potential, she's charged with first degree assault, first degree battery, and kidnapping in a domestic dispute. Allegedly, with a girlfriend, she was grabbing the girl by the face, grabbing her by the head, picked her up, physically carried her down the hallway, prevented her from leaving, scared the girl so bad that she ran and pulled a fire alarm and alerted the fire department as well as the local police pulled up, and the girl received medical attention for non-life-threatening injuries, but she still did receive medical attention. So this story is going on wildfire. With the charges, the max she could do 10 years. Best case, suspension. But Ashlyn Watkins could very well be done in South Carolina. Hey, smart guy, I appreciate you, man. I'm not just coming up here talking no bull dog. I really do this. And the people that are in these chats that really know, y'all know. No, the girl is a minor? That's going to be a beat. I'm with you, Todd. That's a big hit. Wait a minute, though. I did not see that. The girl is a minor? Has anybody else seen that? Because that throws this into another stratosphere, if that's the truth. RC, you feel me? This is not like a drinking ticket or a DUI or something like that. Like, bro, this is a major charge. Now, I will say, they are loaded in that front court. Chloe Kitts, Sanaya Fagan, Adele Tatt. Like, there's still, Miriam Dowda. Like, there's still a lot of talent. There's still a lot of talent on this roster to where, I think they will absolutely miss her, but this isn't like they can't win a title without her. I'm not saying that. Brandon, some people gonna think you capping, broski. Not saying you are, bro. I be trying to tell folks, man, ain't no cap in my rap. I really do this. I'm unbiased. I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm just relaying news, and I'm not saying everybody will agree, and that's completely fine. That's completely fine. Like, I'm not gonna agree with everything everybody says. Y'all aren't gonna always agree with each other. Y'all aren't gonna agree with me, and I love that. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and all y'all's opinions are welcomed here. And I want to stress that. Tiff Brown says, I wish Ashlyn and the Gamecocks luck. Kids make mistakes. Facts. They make mistakes. And the consequences are sometimes detrimental. Hopefully she learns from her mistakes. I hope so. I hope so. I'm not here to say Ashlyn Watkins is a bad person. And Tiff, you've given some incredible insight, and I want to give you your flowers for that. You've given some great insight, and, I respect you being here. I just want to put that out there. WITX article. Oh my goodness. And Ethan, I'm not spreading that. I have not read that she's a minor. You said it's the WLTX article. Let me read that. Or let me look that up real quick. Let me see what I can find real quick. Because I have not seen that. I read the WLTX article earlier. That's the one that I've been reading to you guys. I did not see anything about her being a minor, but they did. Oh, wait, did you say, was it WL or WV? Let me go back. No, WL. I read the WL article. I did not see that. Brandon, I was watching my Notre Dame play Texas A&M, but caught my eyebrow. Hey, we had to do an emergency live. This was breaking news. Oh, how is Riley Leonard doing, though? I'm just curious. We don't know. So Ashlyn Watkins is out on bail. She had a $30,000 bail, and she was released on bail at 3:30 this afternoon. That we do know. She is not currently in jail. Hey, Dylan Raiola getting busy. Okay. Ethan says, here y'all go now. She was a minor. Where's the proof? I haven't seen any proof of that. I have not seen any proof of that. So I just want to say, I have not. Theo, thank you so much for the score update. She bad for sure with those charges. Yo, those charges are serious, man. Those are some serious charges, bro. Like kidnapping, battery, assault in the first degree, premeditated. This isn't something that's going to be swept under the rug, man. This could cost Ashlyn Watkins her future, potentially. It really could. And Texas A&M girls got kicked off the team. We've seen players get kicked off for way less. Fifth paragraph. Let me pull that article back up. Let me pull that article back up. Let me see. Let me pull that article back up. Oh, yo, no, that's the proof. No, I looked over it. Yes. Quote in News 19's article, if y'all want to look this up, WLTX.com article. No cap. No cap in this rap. Let me find it. Hold on. I just saw it. Hold on. Okay. During the proceeding, prosecutors said both Watkins and the victim who was referred to as a minor, knew each other. The girl is a minor. The girl is a minor. The girl is a minor. It is confirmed. There was another quote. We believe, and I think they just updated this article. There's another quote in the article. Watkins' attorney, Todd Rutherford, she has an attorney. Todd Rutherford has come out, her attorney, and said, we believe, quote, we believe once everybody has a full grasp of what happened, Hold on. The article. We believe once everybody has a full grasp of what happened, this will end up being a misunderstanding, Rutherford said. What we know for certain is that Ashlyn did not assault anyone, and she did not kidnap anyone. Again, I'm going to read that from her attorney. This was just added. This was just updated in the article. One, the girl was a minor. Two, Todd Rutherford, an attorney in South Carolina representing Ashlyn Watkins, said, quote, this is a quote from her attorney. We believe once everybody has a full grasp of what happened, this will end up being a misunderstanding, Rutherford said. What we know for certain is that Ashlyn did not assault anyone and she did not kidnap anyone. That is the most up-to-date information we have right now. That is the most up-to-date information we have right now. That is the most up-to-date. Y'all let me know. Just reading off that area was good. Just hearing that now. Just hearing that, y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. The girl was a minor. But her attorney, of course an attorney's going to say that, but that is what we know. That is what we know right now. And I want to say from the beginning, that is a big statement from her attorney. When I started the live, that statement was not out there. And I want to reiterate this. I am not here to condemn Ashlyn Watkins, say she is guilty. I am here mentioning a message and just translating a message to you guys of what she's been charged with. Again, first-degree battery, first-degree assault, and kidnapping. Of a minor. What she's been charged with. I'm not here to rule anything. I'm just saying those charges carry a potential 10 years from what I've seen. And it sounds really bad. That's all I'm saying. I'm not here to condemn anybody. I'm not here to say who's guilty or what happened. I was not there. I'm relaying the message and the information that was given to us. That is all. But that was a direct quote from her lawyer. So, Ethan, just so you know, it was mentioned the girl was a minor. And I've said that. Ethan, I don't know how many times I've said these are charges. Criminal charges, potentially. If the girl was a minor, that should be another charge for being with underage minor. You might be right. Raquana Williams may never get another chance either with what she did. This is serious. They are not playing. Whatever the situation is, we all agree innocent until proven guilty. How it's handled depends on the laws of the state. In the Bible Belt, I'm going to say this. South Carolina people in that book, they are not playing. But I want to reiterate, I agree, Lindy. Innocent until proven guilty. I'm just here laying out the information that is being publicly publicized. That's it. That's been publicized. I'm just relaying the information that all the other media outlets are reporting. That's all. That's all I'm here to do. That's it. But with those updates, y'all let me know. Prodigal says career over. Ta says, yes, this sounds pretty bad. And she's a minor. She is a minor. She was reported. Tall thinking about that Yukon girl with the minors. She done messed up real good. I'm surprised Ashlyn is out on bail. Attorneys are paid to lie for the customer. Why would she admit it to the police and it was on video? The video, if there's a video, that's going to tell everything. And maybe the video will exonerate her. The attorney sounds confident, but what defense attorney doesn't sound confident? I agree with that. Lindy says, this is just very sad. I don't know why everyone is worried about basketball when this is so... That's what I'm saying. People in here talking about stick to the hoops. This is life-changing. This is bigger than hoops, but it still involves hoops. Yes, this sounds pretty bad, and she's a minor. Yes. South Carolina can win games and win a championship. SC is going to be fine without Ashlyn. They can win without her. This is a huge loss, though. We're talking about potentially their best player. This is a huge loss. Yes, the front court is loaded. We know that. We know they have a loaded front court. Chloe Kitts, Sanaya Fagan would arguably take the most heavy load, most minutes for Ashlyn Watkins. Miriam Dowd, a three-point shooter, big player that's with this team as well. Adele Tack is healthy. This team, I'm not going to say won't skip a beat. They will miss Ashlyn Watkins, who was supposed to be the focal point of this team. They will miss Ashlyn Watkins. And I don't know if they are the number one ranked team without Ashlyn Watkins. Are they still a championship contender? Hell yeah, of course. But I don't know if they're the unanimous number one team in the nation without Ashlyn Watkins. Ashlyn Watkins is a big part of what they do, man. Let's not pretend. He played crucial minutes for them all last year. They do not win a championship. They do not go undefeated last year without Ashlyn Watkins. Straight up, be real. I know y'all watched them play. I know y'all saw how she dominated when Camila was playing for Brazil. Let's be honest. And when you got the likes of UConn, USC, Texas joining that conference in the SEC, LSU coming, like, people will feed off of that. This is the thing that will impact the team as a whole. We're not just talking about on the court, but her locker room presence. Like, this is a stain that will follow the team. This could be a major distraction. We saw how LSU had major distractions last year and it derailed the season. This could be a major distraction. We got to see how Don Staley and this program in the university is going to handle this situation. This is just the beginning. Apparently, the girl is a minor. Ashlyn Watkins is 22 years old. She's eligible to go to the WNBA draft this year. And, hey, that statutory, that underage, the Bible Belt, I'm from North Carolina. The other Carolina, South Carolina, they even more back in history. They not playing that. They not going for that. They will throw the book at Ashlyn Watkins. It's over. People in UConn trying to get the UConn girl kicked off the team for texting a minor. Man, leave them minors alone, man. Yeah, I hope they had cameras. Video is worth 1,000 words and will tell it all. It will tell it all. The video will tell it all. Yep. No Ashlyn, no Camilla. That's major losses. They'll have to dig deep. Prado said she need P. Diddy lawyer. Oh, man. Then, hey, Montreal, I agree. Joyce Edwards may be the best player to come through South Carolina since Asia Wilson. Adele Tack, Maddie McDaniel, they're great. But they're not replacing Ashlyn Watkins. Ethan, fair enough. Fair enough. We all gotta wait. We're all playing the waiting game. We're all playing the waiting game. We're all playing the waiting game right now. We're all playing the waiting game. That's it. Ariel, that's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, we definitely gotta wait. Maybe this will be Joyce Edwards' moment to take center stage as it pertains to on-court production and possible subtraction of Ashlyn Watkins. Joyce Edwards is a generational talent. I'm here to tell y'all. She's the most decorated high school player. Led the FIBA U18 or 19 to a gold medal. Led Team USA in the Nike Hoop Summit. Won McDonald's All-American MVP, co-MVP Jordan Brand. Like, she's elite. Dre, the charges are first-degree battery, first-degree assault, and kidnapping of a minor. They got to release the tape, though. They got to release the tape. Now, I mean, South Carolina brings in the deepest roster, so if anybody can overcome this, it's South Carolina. But this is major. This is a big loss. Ashlyn Watkins fumbled the bag. She might have. She might have. WNBA has done so much with, like, the domestic dispute. They not going for that. They are absolutely not going for that. At all. Big dispute, man. This is This could be detrimental, man. This is something that could follow that team around, this whole program around. They got to handle this accordingly. It's 2 months before the season. Go ahead and underestimate the Gamecocks. As told by Mindy, look, Mindy, if you've ever, and if this is your guys' first time, make sure you hit that subscribe button, comment, like, and share. If you've tuned into my channel at all, you know I give all the praise, all the love to South Carolina. So I'm not going to go there. If anybody can overcome this, it is South Carolina and Don Staley. But please, y'all, let's not downplay the impact that Ashlyn Watkins makes on the both sides of the court. Let's not downplay that she was a potential National Player of the Year candidate, ready to anchor this team. Let's not. Let's not do that. I know South Carolina's deep. I know they're loaded. There's not really weaknesses on this team. But to just pretend like losing Ashlyn Watkins is like losing Ja or losing some like random player, let's not do that. Y'all are too knowledgeable about South Carolina. Y'all are too knowledgeable. Y'all have watched too much of Ashlyn Watkins not to admit that this is a big loss and that she's a dominant force on both sides that was going to help carry a big load for this team and be a National Player of the Year contender. Come on, y'all. Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? Come on now. Let's not act like they're losing some red shirt freshmen that don't matter. Come on now. Anytime a team loses a starter, that is big. Come on now. I'm just saying. Brandon, how do you think Don Staley will do damage control with this one? This is a situation where, like, Don Staley is not going to be able to save Ashlyn Watkins from this. Not saying that she even needs saving. I'm not even saying that she needs saving because, she could be completely innocent. We don't even know if she needs saving, if she's guilty or not. But if she is guilty, this is not something Don Staley's going to be able to save her from. And if it's not handled correctly, it'll be a stain on Don Staley's legacy and the entire program. But I don't see how you let her play with this investigation going on. Like, no school in the nation is letting her play with this going on. Ashlyn is a college student. She's not 5 or 6 years old. She's 22 years old. Ashlyn knows what's right and wrong. She just decided to do wrong. You don't have the right. I don't care who you are. You don't have the right to put your hands on somebody. Straight up. You don't got the right to hold somebody against their will. If somebody's telling you they want to leave, you let them leave. You don't have the right to put your hands on nobody. I don't care who you are. SC will have to suspend Ashley until it's cleared up. You will probably not see the video due to the victim being a minor. It could though, because I know when I was in news, like when I did news stories, when I worked in local television, you can show videos of minors. You just have to blur out the face. You can show videos of minors, and the fact that the news already identified her as a minor. Now they won't release the name, but you can absolutely release the video. As told by Mindy, welcome in, welcome in. It's not my first time listening to you. Of course, I'm not downplaying Ashlyn at all. I'm not pretending about anything. I'm not saying you are. I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying, Mindy, we got to be honest, though. We got to be honest. But Dawn Staley is a class act, and I don't expect anything less for her to do the right thing. But right now, I think I want to continue to say we are still gathering the information. This is just the first of what we're hearing. I'm here. I'm not making any of this up. I'm just giving my opinion. I'm relaying the information that all the other media outlets are reporting. I'm just here relaying a message. I'm not saying anybody's guilty. I'm not saying anybody. I don't know Ashlyn Watkins' fate. We're here talking about it because we know it could be one of a few things. We have an idea, but we don't know. We weren't there, and I'm not here to condemn her. That's not what I'm doing. But I will say this looks really bad. If this was anybody, this looks really, really bad. It does. We got to be honest. We got to call a spade, and this would be a major loss. I'm not saying that South Carolina can't win a championship without Ashlyn Watkins. They are absolutely loaded. They returned a mob. They look like they're going to go undefeated again. I'm not saying that. But Ashlyn Watkins' locker room presence, her own court presence, what she brings to this team in every aspect, being a champion, it will be a major loss. And them having to hear the accusations and seeing their sister not being able to compete with them, it can take a toll on a team mentally. I think that's fair to say. These are humans at the end of the day. Dazzling, welcome in, welcome in. Bro, losing Ashman is a heartbreaking loss. It really is. Prejudice. Ethan, I'm a black man talking about a black woman. How the hell am I talking about prejudice? How the hell is prejudice even? Alright, man. I can't even. I'm sorry, Ethan. Respect, bro, but what the hell are you talking about, my man? Prejudice. I'm a black man talking about a black woman. What the hell are you talking about? Prejudice. YouTube says dumb to be with a minor anyway. She needs to grow up. Coach Staley is going to ask Ashlyn, why were you even in this situation? You gotta know better, man. When you have so much to lose, you're a superstar. You're a national name. You're a national champion. You're a potential. Ashlyn Watkins has the potential to change her family's fortune and bring generational wealth. When you have that type of aspirations, you cannot put yourself in these situations. It's not prejudice. It's not wrong to say, it's not getting ahead of ourselves to say that the charges that she is charged with are very bad. If you don't think battery, assault, and kidnapping is bad, then I don't even want to know what you think is bad. And that's just speaking for anybody. But yeah, dazzling events, that's a big loss, man. That's a big loss. Don could have, they have the talent to replace Ashlyn Watkins, but this is still a big loss. Yeah, they could go small. They could go Joyce and Chloe Kitts, but I think the bigger thing would probably be inserting Sanaya Fagan into the starting lineup. Somebody said that she caught her girlfriend with another guy or with a guy. I don't know that though. I don't know if that's true or not. So I don't know. But so it wasn't confirmed that they were in a relationship. What was reported is that they knew each other. That's what was reported. That they knew each other. Not that they were in a relationship, but that they knew each other. But that front court is deep. If any team in the nation is going to recover, it will be South Carolina. But to say that losing a National Player of the Year candidate in Ashlyn Watkins, a player that they wouldn't have won a national title without last year, downplaying it is nuts to me. And I think, to me personally, it's disrespectful to Ashlyn Watkins, bro. Y'all acting like she a red shirt freshman that don't get minutes. This is a major loss for South Carolina. Can they still win the national title? Of course, they're loaded. Is this a major loss? Hell yes. And I'm not going to entertain that it's not. This is a huge loss. This is a major blow for South Carolina. Major. Y'all keep hollering at me in the chat, though. We got a good conversation. It's getting spicy. I appreciate all y'all so much for tuning in and joining my platform. If this is your first time or if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up with all the latest and greatest. And join our memberships. We got that exclusive content coming daily, weekly, whenever you need it. We are locked in. I had to give y'all an emergency live. I know college football's going on. I had another live scheduled for WNBA talk, but we had to. We had to. You know what I'm saying? We had to come in. We had to come in hot with this one. Duke says South Carolina's so stacked it shouldn't be an issue. They are stacked, but Ashlyn Watkins is a major loss. Chloe Kitts the real deal, and I don't know, man. Chloe Kitts been putting on muscle. She been working on the perimeter skills. We could see her at some three. Ethan says dismissal without prejudice means that the judge dismissed the plaintiff's or prosecutor's case without damaging their right to have their matter heard in court. And I mean, this is going to be a story that's heard about on the media. It's going to be blown up And they're gonna have to, if it does go to trial, choose a jury that is not gonna be locked in and have any type of prejudice. I agree with that. Sanaya Fagan is absolutely ready, and she started some games last year. She's great. I love her. She's been around. She's a veteran. She could definitely fill that void. But Ashlyn Watkins is irreplaceable with one player. Even if they were in a relationship, age of consent is 16. So what makes a difference? Okay, thanks for the clarification. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, Ethan, I got you. I got you, bro. I got you. I got you. Yes, yes, yes. Y'all make some very valid points, man. I see some new faces in here. I see some of the same ones, man, and I just want y'all to know I'm not gonna agree with everything everybody says. Y'all aren't gonna agree with everything I say. And that's completely fine. We just here to talk about it. I want to hear y'all's opinions. I want to hear from y'all. If we all agreed, it would be hella boring. So thank y'all for coming in here and sharing y'all's thoughts. And I want to hear more of it. Keep hollering at me in the chat. Let's keep going. Dazzling Event says this is definitely a major loss. I'm afraid for the young lady's future. I mean, this is a decision that she made that could ruin her life. We don't know. We don't know. Mindy, definitely agree with you. Sakima back, so they could potentially give her more minutes. Sakima did come back using that extra year. Adele Tack is healthy. Like, they have bodies. But are any of them as good as Ashlyn Watkins right now today? That's what I mean. Ashlyn Watkins is a potential National Player of the Year, All American type talent, like top 5 draft pick. Ethan says this court is not going to go to case. Her lawyer seems very confident. Praying for all involved. Just want to correct you though. Ashley's not 22. Not saying it matters. Is she not 22? Is she 21? Oh, she's eligible for the draft, so she's gotta be like 21. Let me just double check. I read that she was 22. So I see 22 and I see 20. So she will either be 21 or 22 this year. I'm seeing different ages. But her birthday is October 5th. So she'll be 21 or 22 within the next couple of months. But thank you for that. Thank you for that. Because I'm not trying to give any fake news out here. Case is going to be dismissed. Case is going to be dismissed. Praying for all involved. Yes, yes, yes. Dawn Staley will never let go of Caitlyn, preventing her from winning 3 straight and have back-to-back undefeated seasons. If they still title contenders, it can't be that major. Football team escaped the nail biter. I mean, they are still title contenders, but without Ashlyn Watkins, I don't know if they're the undoubted favorite. You went from like the undoubted favorites to repeat to it's looking a little shaky. When you look at what USC did, when you look at what Texas did coming into the SEC, when you look at what LSU did, when you look at what UCLA did, there's going to be a lot of competition in women's college hoops. When you look at what Notre Dame did, they are going to need Ashlyn Watkins for a title run, straight up. Let's be honest, y'all. Pug Dad, welcome in, welcome in. Hey, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Yes, sir. I hope you enjoyed it out there, Plug Dad. Appreciate you locking in with us. Violence and abuse is definitely wrong. Yeah, I don't know what sparked it. I've been seeing different rumors, but they gonna need Ashlyn if they run in the USC brand. They definitely gonna need Ashlyn Watkins to beat USC or UConn. I don't know if they beat UConn. I really don't know if they beat UConn without Ashlyn. But yeah, Pug Dad hitting them slots. Hey man, I hope you leave with a grip. I hope you leave with a grip, my man. But can they beat UConn? Can they beat the USCs of the world without Ashlyn? He was crucial. They don't win a national title without Ashlyn Watkins last year, y'all. Let's be honest. They do not win a title without Ashlyn Watkins last year. Major loss, huge loss. Potentially. We don't know if she's lost yet. We don't know if she's lost yet. We're still waiting to hear exactly what's going to happen and what's going on. Right now, we just have the initial facts. We know that she was charged with first degree battery, first degree assault of a minor, and kidnapping of a minor, and that the two knew each other, and that it happened on South Carolina, like a campus property, a school sponsored property, and the fire department and the police came. A fire alarm was pulled. That's what we know. Allegedly, she grabbed the girl by the head, grabbed her by the face, assaulted her physically, picked her up, and carried her down a hallway, forced her to go down a hallway, and didn't allow her to leave the vicinity. So the girl ran and allegedly pulled a fire alarm. That's what we know. That's what we know right now. I'm just relaying the facts. That's it. I'm just relaying what we know right now, what other media outlets are saying. We don't know. We know that she could potentially face jail time. We know she could be suspended. We know she could be dismissed. We know she could maybe possibly never play basketball again. Career could be over. We don't know. Could be swept under the rug. Charges could be completely dismissed and she could suit up for first game in Vegas. We don't know. It's all speculation at this point. We gotta wait for a video. Missy says they're saying she confessed and there is video. If this is true, she cannot play. The video would destroy her. The video could possibly destroy her or it could possibly exonerate her. Kidnapping what? That's some thug stuff. Lanish, I mean, it's not sounding good. Y'all are being so contradictory. They are title contenders, but now they can't win without one player. SC has a team of great players. Wasn't that the narrative last season? Yes, Mindy, they have a team of great players. They don't win a title without Ashlyn Watkins last year. They are still title contenders without Ashlyn Watkins, but do they beat Southern California? Do they beat UConn without Ashlyn Watkins? I don't know. I genuinely I don't know. The thing is, though, this did happen early enough to where if she does miss time, they have time to adjust and get acclimated. But if any team could overcome a loss like this, it is definitely South Carolina. First of all, Dawn Staley is the coach of South Carolina Gamecocks. Her job is to win basketball games and win championships. That's it. She's not hired to interfere in criminal cases. Facts. We know Dawn Staley has been like a big sister to a lot of her players, and she will be there to have Ashlyn Watkins' best interest. But right, she goes well above and beyond of her job title, definitely. We don't know who will beat anyone this season. Yeah, you're right. It's a toss-up at this point. South Carolina is the favorite, but there are a lot of loaded teams. The transfer portal was banging. A lot of good freshmen coming in. There's a lot. New teams in the SEC. There's a chance South Carolina doesn't even win the SEC. We don't know. You absolutely right, Mindy. We do not know how it's all going to go down, but I'm excited to see. Absolutely excited to see how it all goes down. And I'm definitely going to keep y'all updated on any updates I receive and how this whole situation is going and any new information we have. I did give y'all the lawyer quote. He seems confident that this whole thing is a misunderstanding, and maybe it is. Maybe this whole thing's a misunderstanding. We genuinely don't know. Like, we genuinely just don't know. If anyone calls the thug word, you won't be blocked, but you will be timed out for a little bit. We are not using the word thug to identify people, especially our people. Use another word. RC, that is why you are one of the moderators here. With great power comes great responsibility. Thank you for patrolling the chat. SC always has a strong team. Who knows? They could pick up another player. Maybe. I'm not here to count South Carolina out by any means. They have the potential to win a championship without Ashlyn Watkins. If anybody could lose a player of her magnitude and overcome it with their depth and their talent, it is South Carolina. There's still a lot to unpack, and I'm not here to attack Ashlyn Watkins' character. I'm not here to demean her. I'm not here to call her guilty. I'm not here to do any of that to condemn her. We don't know. The only thing I'm here to do is to provide the information that's out there in the world already about the charges and any updates that we get. That is it. I'm not here to name call and I'm not here to make any predictions about this future. I'm just saying there are a couple of different ways this thing can go. And that's common knowledge. Uses the word thug, that word just brings the worst type of audience. Yeah, and I'm not here to call anybody names. I don't want y'all, like, that's not what we're here. I'm not here to bash Ashlyn Watkins. I'm not here to attack her character or any other player's character for that matter. Like, that's not how I roll. Y'all know me. Y'all been through enough lives with me. Been a part of the channel for a while now. Y'all know that's not how I'm moving. Man, this has been a great discussion from you guys. Great input. I appreciate all y'all just giving y'all's takes on this thing. It's an unfortunate situation for all parties. I just want to say that. It's an unfortunate situation for all parties involved. And we will see how it ends up and how it gets worked out. But it's unfortunate. And this is not something that I look forward to talking about. But this is something that is the biggest story currently in women's college hoops. And we got to talk about it. I'll be remiss not to mention it as a journalist. Hey, Lindy, I appreciate y'all too. Much love, much love. I really appreciate y'all too. Let me look that up. So South Carolina's first game will be November 4th, and I apologize. Somebody called me on it earlier. I apologize. I was wrong, and I'm not one of those creators or those journalists that can't admit when they were wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong. I mentioned earlier their first game was November 10th against NC State in the Alley tip-off. ally tip-off. That was not the case. Their first game is actually November 4th. They will open its season in Las Vegas, and they will face Michigan. So the first game for South Carolina will be November 4th, just over a couple of months away. Wanted to make that correction. November 4th. November 4th will be the first game for South Carolina against Michigan in Las Vegas. They give her an ankle monitor. I don't know. I don't know. We don't know anything. She hasn't been convicted of anything yet. Ernest, welcome in. Welcome in. Well, she hasn't been convicted of anything yet. I'm simply relaying the message of the charges that she's facing. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know. Innocent until proven guilty. I'm not here to condemn anyone or attack anybody's character. I'm just relaying the message that is out there right now. But if she is to miss time, they do have enough time to adjust. Lindy, you're welcome. My pleasure. Good news is this happened before the season kicked off. Smart Guy says, first of all, SC just came off an undefeated championship. This is embarrassing to South Carolina. What do you think? How do they feel? Do you think they're gonna have Ashlyn still on the basketball program? They're gonna have to handle this situation accordingly, because all eyes will be on them. And y'all know people have been ready to tear this South Carolina program down for some time. And Don Staley, they got a lot of haters. So hooping with an ankle monitor is wild. Now they would make her play. That would be wild. But yeah, innocent until proven guilty. I'm right there. Innocent until proven guilty. Absolutely. I'm right there with y'all with that. The whole story has not come out. We don't know for sure yet everything that happened. And again, I am not here to condemn or convict Ashlyn Watkins. I don't know. But I will say these charges sound very bad and very serious. When you're talking about felonies, and years of prison time, it's getting real. I'm just saying. Yes, yes. Guys, we are at 2.5 hours on this live, man. Y'all let me know. Give me y'all's takeaways, initial reactions from everything that we've been through, everything that we went through on this journey. Give me y'all's initial reactions, comments, takeaways, and everything else y'all are feeling right now before we get out of here. SC will definitely have to comment on the situation soon. Joy, this was my first live, so like I literally booted the other live. So we'll do the Chicago Sky potential toxic locker room situation. We will do that um tomorrow. We will do that tomorrow. But this was breaking news, so we had to bump it. We had to bump that live for this one. She will be suspended. Terrible. Tyrone, welcome in. If she's never done anything criminal before, then she could get at least probation or maybe community service. That's only if found guilty. Those could be her plea options. That would be something to monitor. Guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share, and all that good stuff. And let me know in the comments more topics y'all want me to cover. Let me know what else y'all want to hear from me. and on future lives. 'Cause, man, we're gonna be going hard the next few days. Yup, we did. Yup, we did see that prodigal. Yup, a lot of basketball games tomorrow. The Fever and the Sky playing on top of a lot of other teams, the Aces. So yeah, we got a full slate. I will have y'all covered on the WNBA content, maybe some college football content too. Final shot, final takes, final shots, parting shots. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Y'all talk it out. Let me know. Let me know. I'm just looking at the comments right now. Y'all let me know. This is y'all's time. Y'all have the stage. Y'all have the floor. At most, she will plead to a lesser charge. I'm still betting on probation and counsel. Yes, yes. Much love, Lindy. Thank you so much for the support. Always rocking out with me. Much love. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Final takes. Final takes. Let me know in the comments. Initial reaction. We've been at this thing for 2.5 hours. Initial reactions. Y'all let me know. Holler at me in the comments. Y'all showed out tonight, man. I appreciate y'all so much. I really do. I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all really showed out tonight. Great topic, great conversation. Everybody had their own opinion, and it didn't get disrespectful. We showed love. We appreciated one another. We respected one another, and that's much love, man. I appreciate y'all. Man, make sure for all the latest and the greatest, y'all make sure to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share. Continue to comment. Let me know how y'all feel. Continue to share ideas with me, other videos y'all want to see, other topics. I will be streaming tomorrow. Prodigal, I got you. I'm streaming tomorrow. I'm streaming Monday. I got y'all locked in. Hit that subscribe button to stay up with all the latest and the greatest. Of course, I am your host, Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Hey man, much love to y'all. Thank y'all so much. Subscribe, comment, share, do all that good stuff. Until next time, hey y'all, we out. I will see y'all tomorrow. Hey, and have a great Saturday as well. And holiday weekend. Much love, y'all.